everybody, I'm Liz and welcome to my very rambly story of my experience going to Arizona and vacationing there and then going to Phoenix Comic-Con for the very first time. So, Phoenix Comic-Con was a blast. It was so much fun and it was definitely a different experience from Salt Lake Comic-Con, which I am so glad I got to experience. But it is so hot in Arizona. Like, I thought our summers in Utah were bad, and then sitting in 105-degree weather, I found out that, 95, 98-degree weather I'm okay with. It's not as hot. It's still hot, but it's not too bad. Before we got into Phoenix, I ended up seeing the Grand Canyon, and that was a very surreal experience to me. I didn't feel like I was actually looking at the Grand Canyon. I still felt like I was looking at a picture because it's so vast and so large that it even screws with your depth perception, and it was so miraculous to actually witness and experience in the Lookout Point and all the other areas that we ended up seeing the Grand Canyon in. We also saw these amazing ruins next to Flagstaff, and I always can't say their name, so I'm gonna just put it in the screen right there. But they're these Native American ruins from the ancient tribes that lived there, and they were so miraculous to see and experience and just hear about all the theories about their tribes based off of current Native American traditions with the Hopi tribes. So it was really interesting, and especially seeing this hole in the ground that shot up cold air like an air conditioner. It was so interesting, and I had so much fun with that. And then we get into Phoenix, and I gotta say, our hotel was basically in the ghetto. It was a little sketchy, but our 20-minute drive into Phoenix itself, it was so beautiful. Phoenix is actually a really beautiful city full of amazing architecture, and the convention center was big, and it seemed like a newer building than the Salt Palace in Salt Lake that I'm used to, so it looked really nice, and it actually had like a hall of food, which, I mean, maybe that doesn't sound amazing to you, but the Salt Lake Comic-Con convention, you're like stuck to lame food booths or pizza. Whereas this one offered pizza or burgers or Mexican food or Asian food. Like, you had all these choices, and that was awesome, and I really loved that. But basically, the first day was Thursday, and I dressed up in my Cubone costume. I met a lot of amazing, fantastic people. I got some photos done, and it was so much fun. But then when we got home from our hotel room, we heard about a guy who entered the convention intending on shooting cops, and a celebrity there, the red, I think, or green Power Ranger. I'm not exactly sure which one. But basically, he posted on social media that he was going to shoot up some cops and some people, and he brought in guns and knives, and he actually passed security, but a bystander saw him and saw his social media post and reported him to the cops. So he was detained. Nobody was injured, which, thank God for that, because nobody wants a mass shooting at a convention center where we are celebrating our geek, we're celebrating our love for comics and for everything nerdy, and we're all defenseless and everything. So seeing that he was quickly apprehended and nobody was hurt, I am supremely grateful for that, because that would have been a tragedy. Who knows who could have been injured, and I am so grateful that I wouldn't have to experience anything tragic like that. But in doing so, security was super amped up and super crazy. Friday was so insane and so intense that it was a 3-hour wait to actually get into the conference center. So instead of going Friday to the convention, we decided to just hang out, have fun. We went to this mountain area, this pretty famous hiking trail, to get some pictures of me in my Jinx costume, and I wanted to dress it up a little bit. I put in my black scleral contacts and created this kind of demon Jinx crossover, and I like smeared myself with fake blood. It was really fun, and I think the pictures turned out very, very well. And then we have Saturday. I dressed up in my Phantasm costume from Batman, and I feel like if you are a true Batman fan, you know who the Phantasm is. Sadly to say, most people do not know who the Phantasm is, and it makes me really depressed and really, really sad, because the Phantasm is an amazing character, especially if you are a fan of the Batman animated series that took place in the like late 90s, early 2000s, and I'm so obsessed with Batman. I love it so much, and I love the Phantasm. It was so great. Anyway, backtracking, because they sorted out a lot of kinks with security from Friday, we didn't have to wait that long, and there was definitely no props allowed. Same with Friday. You couldn't bring anything unless it was attached to your person, and even if it was attached to your person, if it looked like a weapon, it would have been taken away, or you would have been asked to put it in your car. So I didn't take any props with me at all. Anyway, so while there, I still had a lot of fun. I took a lot of pictures and just really tried to make the best of everything and see as much as possible. So it was overall a really great experience, and I definitely want to go to more out-of-state cons. But before I go, I just want to spotlight some of the amazing fan art and artwork and just the amazing vendors in the vendor hall. I only got 2 pieces of art while there, and the first one I'm showing you is from this cute little Buttons fandom Flair. The Instagram is called Jeff Glee. I'll just show it to you because I don't think I said it right. Anyway, they create these adorable mugs, and this is the only one I bought, but I wanted so much more. And they also make coasters, which this is the coaster that I ended up getting, and I just love them so much. They also make magnets and buttons and all sorts of stuff, and they're just so adorable. I really love their art style. And then the last piece of artwork I got came from Danae Fraser Studios, as I believe what it says. There's her card, if you can read it. I talked to her for quite some time because she actually recognized my Phantasm costume, which made me really squee, and her artwork is so beautiful. This is of Toothless and Stitch, and they're just so adorable, and I totally love it. She had a few others with these 2, and she had so much more, but this was my favorite one of hers, and she was just a really amazing lady to talk to. So there we have my crazy Arizona and Phoenix Comic-Con experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you had any fantastic experiences so far in the summer, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would just love to hear what you guys have been up to this summer. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys stick around on my channel so that I can see your faces next time. Goodbye!